And we'll start now. I ran out of things I could do in only 5 minutes, so here we are in the studio, guys, as advertised on my socials. If you saw those, hopefully. Let's take this down a peg. Now, it has come to my attention. Well, welcome to the studio first. My name is Rob Cicchetto. We're going to be drawing zombies today from scratch. It's going to my intent is to have this be a complete self-contained episode where you can actually see me do the thing from like absolute scratch to finished. So that's what, and like the one piece. So I'm going to try to do it in the 3 hours that we sort of have. So I think, because yeah, we have to account for dry time and stuff like that for the washes and things. So, and then how long it's going to take me to figure out what it is I'm going to draw. Well, here's the theme. The theme is, Plants vs. Zombies. But it's not what you think. It's not the game. Or the animated game or whatever. This is going to be a sort of like, you know, someone, there's a body somewhere and it's overrun by, you know, plants and everything. Now it's like stuck to the ground basically, and it awakens as a zombie. So it's got the plants and all that stuff, the vines and everything that's like been worked through them. Like nature's basically taken over most of their corpse. So kind of that idea, like the plants, you know, inhabiting the zombies, and they're sort of like having an internal battle, right, of property, right? So that's the I guess it's a little highbrow. But that's what we're going for in this episode. So kind of maybe even think Swamp Thing-ish. But, you know, more zombie, like undead, you know, those characteristics infused into the creature, you know, if you're going to do that Swamp Thing angle or Man Thing. But we'll see what we do. We'll see what happens with this, where it goes. I have no idea. I'm just going to build it, okay? So we've got some nice... And you know what? The reason So I'm going to do one instead of two. I'm going to do one instead of two this time. I think that's my fatal flaw. I do two, and I can't get them done. Case in point, these mutant zombies that I didn't have time to do at the GameCon, Northern GameCon. That I just did a review of the Northern GameCon. If you want to check that out, I was there mere hours ago, and have already done a review of it. So I meant to do these there, but I just didn't have time. And find out more on that in the video above. Yeah. You gotta watch them all, man. You gotta watch them all. So yes, but these were started. So never got to finish them in time. You know, in time for the. Yeah, because there was a lot of work. There was a lot of work prior to inking them, and I just didn't have time within, you know, the confines of one video to do that. So, yeah, but this time I'm only going to do one. I'm going to concentrate on just doing one. You know, we'll see how that works. So I'm just building it up from, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm thinking to give it a lot of space. Maybe cut down on the size of him. I want to give him more space, I think. And I think his chest needs to be higher. I don't know. I think I'm going for something too rigid. Yeah, I think I'm going for something too rigid. I'm going to try something a little more relaxed, you know. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can feel it. true though. Immediately. You know. Yeah. I'm on another level. I'm on another level. It's true, man. Like this, I just didn't. I didn't like where it was going at all. Started over. This I love. This I love already. You know, there's a lot of places to go with this. You know. Yeah. Trying to get this chair not to make so much noise. Oh man, I need a new chair so bad. Oh, I've had this chair for 40 years. This chair for 40 years. Yeah. Yes, sir. You heard me. Yeah, 40 years, man, with this same chair. And that drafting table behind me that the light table is on. Yeah. We got them at the same time. Awful. Why do I do this? You know. Sometimes I think you want to fail. I don't know where that's from. Like, I know it from The Simpsons. Obviously, that sometimes I think you want to fail. That line. But I wonder if it's from something. I never really checked that out. If it's a reference from a movie or something where somebody says that, because it kind of sounds like that, but yeah, I wonder things like that. I wonder things like that. Yeah, so I'm doing some nice. Oh man, and there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of places this can go. Yeah. Oh yeah. The old, you know, hand reaching out. Almost, what's that? The Creature from the Black Lagoon-ish sort of posturepedic. Maybe a hip bone, but then it's going to be covered with this. Yeah, I can feel it, man. Leaves. Putting the leaves on it. Yeah, he probably would have more bone. Yeah, probably have more bone there. More bone. Maybe a finger doing that. Yeah, that's way too. And you know what? I think I'm gonna add a lot of shrubbery to the hand as well. So I'm gonna beef it up because I really do like the thick hand, but it doesn't work here because he's really, I think he's sort of past like the the foliage is like almost part of his marrow now, in the bone that deep. But hey, man, he's hanging in. He's hanging in as a zombie too, But yeah, let's give it some. And there's some adding clothes, like doing Rip's clothes, like in there still. That's possible, man. That's possible, So you can add those little details in there. Yeah, man. There's a lot of places. Like I said, there's a lot of places you could go with this, right? So the other one was a bit too, like, yeah, again, weak. I thought it was weak. I could have done something with it, but I was like, nah, I don't like it right away. I don't like the stance right away. I like this actually even angle better too. So yeah, it has that sort of Creature from the Black Lagoon quality with the hand coming out at you. Yeah, he still has some mobility. It's impossible. We're talking zombie lore here, This is just this would never occur. But it's for the art. It's for art purposes only. This would never work or never occur in nature. But again, that's why we create it, right? That's why we create it, because it can't be created in nature. So with all the leaves and sticks coming out of them, like that would never happen, and him still be mobile or anything. You know what I mean? It's some spicy zombie sauce that did this. Yeah. But you have to kind of think, if you're going to be drawing stuff like this, creative stuff like creative drawing, your mind has to kind of go there and rationalize it, I guess, to make you, more equipped to draw it like that. Where it's like, oh yeah, almost anything goes, because it's like it doesn't have to exist, right? And there, like I said, therein lies the art of it all. The art of it all. Drawing things that never were. Yeah, I think I missed The Simpsons. I think I miss a simpler time. A simpler time, yes. Simpler time. Oh yeah, and I could do all kinds of cool, designy things in there. Roots, a bunch of different types of roots that, are very, of course, vein-like, and therefore, fit the dynamic bill in dynamics for that area. Just happens to look like a neck vein, but it's a root, or is it? You make it ambiguous too. You can do that. Implication. And again, I'm adding, ripped clothing. And that adds a cool little different dynamic to it, right? Different dynamic to it. Having the ripped clothes within, and I'm going to actually add all of the leaves and things in there too. So, don't forget, those things are very important, because you want to have some growth and things at the end of the vines, and you want that to be nice and designy too. If you that's the beauty, man. If you want to make it that way, you can do it that way. There's no like, oh, you can't do it that way. That's the beauty of being an artist, that you have that kind of freedom, that you can really create anything you want. And it's not like you need a giant budget to do it. I've been running Zombie Daily for like 16 years with almost like a super small budget, and I've never even come close to making that budget with the Patreon. I hope one day I do, but it's been so long where I've been able to get a new patron, and it's frustrating sometimes, right? Because again, like it's just it's just art supplies that I want funding or need funding for, to make more content, to create more content. So, but it's always a frustrating kind of thing when you're an art person. And you always want to try to be, you don't try to be unique, but you have a unique voice, and it's there's an audience for it. It's just getting to that audience, right? And that's basically it. That's marketing, right? You know, it's all you need to know. And in most cases, you don't even have to be that good. Yeah, which is awful, but I would never concede to that. You know. Yeah. Yeah. So again, we've got some nice, there's some great detail opportunities in here, texture opportunities. Oh man, yeah. Make it gnarled, Rob. Make it gnarled. Yeah, and here we go. We're doing Plants vs. Zombies, man. Plants vs. Zombies. I'm gonna check the chat. Where's the chat? Oh no, where's the chat? Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, phew, I thought I lost you guys. Alright. Okay. I just came to check the chat. Yeah, I've been on for a bit, and I wish I'd try to check it early just in case, so. But I'll check again very soon. Alright. So yes, Plants vs. Zombies, man. But this is the way, this is my sort of version of it. It's not my version of it. It has nothing to do with the game or, I'm assuming, animated cartoon too? I don't know. I don't know. But, yes, this is Plants vs. Zombies in nature. So we have a lot of great imagery to work with. You know, nature, bone structure, things like that, rot, like, yeah, I can do, you know, I could put tons and tons of cool sort of, you know, things, weeds, all kinds of stuff in there. And then, again, like even tattered clothes, you know, tattered clothes as well. You know, throwing that little element in there, you know, to add to it, to add to the atrocity. Yeah, you know, it's still alive, man, but it's like, you know, basically encased or infested or overgrown with plant life. You know. Let's see where that goes. I want to have, like, I want this area to be like much darker and more mysterious, and have like, yeah, like things like this, you know, and maybe some, I don't know. There's got to be some darkness in there. There's got to be some contrast in there. But I do want to show some cool, you know, like I love the Alan Moore, Steve Bissett, John Toddleben, Swamp Thing series, or yeah, well, they basically took it over almost. Most of the middle was those guys, and man, that was like ridiculous horror, man. Like really, really well done, and I loved the art so much. I thought it was very scary, man. Like that's the closest I think to real horror I've ever seen in a comic. Everything about it was creepy, but creepy normal, like creepy made normal almost, and yeah, it had such a swishifying effect. Yeah, it had such an effect on me that I was like, wow, you know that, but that's so hard to, it's so hard to draw like that. You know what I mean? It's so hard to do, like it's so hard because it almost seemed like it was so measured, but at the same time so haphazard and like, oh man, like, it's such a hard quality to describe. You have to see it. But it would really, like, I mean, guys like Wrightson and Jones, Kelly Jones, and Kyle Hotz, and and those guys, they do great horror stuff, like fantastic horror stuff. But it's totally different. It's almost, it's almost stylized horror, and you can, you can kind of, you've seen the style before. But I've never seen anything like Bissett and Toddleman's style before. Like, it defied even comic style. Like, it was very creepy, man. Like I say from day one, man. And they had Arcane in there, and like a lot of hell stuff. Yeah, it was crazy, really great stuff, man. So. And like nuclear radiation or poison or environmental disaster stuff, and oh man, just wicked stuff. That fear episode they did where they're in the nurse or the children's hospital or something, or I can't remember what it was, but it was like an orphanage baby or something, and this little fear monkey was like going to visit the kids at night, man, and that was like, whoa, so highbrow horror, man, with the descriptions of what each kid saw, it was great, and then the illustrations were just nuts, man. So yeah, very, very cool. Like that's one series I recommend to anybody, man. Just a masterpiece on every level, to me. And the wonderful thing about it too was I was totally at an age where I was like eating that kind of stuff up. Like I couldn't wait to get Fantastic Four and Alpha Flight because John Byrne was doing them. And Swamp Thing was another one of those where I had to get it and read the crap out of it. You know what I mean? So yeah, and I was so excited. Like I couldn't wait to get the next issue type of thing. I was that kind of kid at that time. Who knows how old I was? Maybe. Yeah, who knows how old I was? But. Yeah, I was digging the monthly books, man, by Marvel and DC. Yeah, and then Sandman. What else? What else was I reading back then that I was super? Oh yeah, I might even put an eyeball in them, which again is. Yeah, that would never happen. But like I said, it's less for the zombie and more for the art of the zombie. Yeah. Yeah. So we're again. I'm working it out still. We're working it out, and. Getting more information in there, getting more information in there, and figuring things out. Don't want to get too close to this. Want to have obviously the composition or whatever. Such as it is fine, and there's no need for any background or anything like that. It's just going to go right off the page, and that's it. It's going to be sort of contained that way, So yeah, that's about it. Very simple. Yeah, I'm not trying to do like this isn't a story piece. It's more of a oh. This is how you do it type of piece. Although I am putting the requisite number of hours and lines and things into it, so, but I'm not going to like really, go too far with it. But, I keep saying that every time I do something, and I'm like, I'm not going to go too far on it. It's like, yeah, you do. Yeah, you are. You can't let it go. So I want to try to, and then I end up putting it, in too many hours for what the thing is for, type of thing, It's typical. But yeah, lately I've been doing some work at cons, and man, I'm actually glad I didn't get too much work done. It's still yesterday. Oh, I can't even wrap my head around that. It seems like it was 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago, something like that. And it was like just yesterday that I was at that convention, man. And so yes, I did a review of it. If you want to check out the review, it's here on YouTube. On my channel, so check that out if you want to see how that con went. It was very, very interesting, indeed. Yeah. So yeah, Plants vs. Zombies. This is what we're drawing tonight. Tonight. Kind of just, going with the flow, going with the idea, putting things in here, there, seeing if they work. Maybe they will. Maybe they'll have to be changed. There'll be other ideas, that I'll want to check out and maybe try and do, and then erase them maybe, or don't, and just draw right over them, because there'll be so much stuff going on. The bottom stuff probably won't show, after the washes and the inks and all that stuff. But yeah, so I can maybe put some mushrooms on them. Yeah, I'll do little mushroom things. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's the Stephen Bissett, John Toddleman team would create like little gloopy, like, it was almost indie. Like, it was almost that indie art feel, but way, way more sophisticated, So yeah, man, I ever loved that stuff, So put some mushrooms in there. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of artists that I really, really love. Love seeing their work, And I think that's true, that art sort of calms you, both doing it and, experiencing it. If you're looking at it and you're immersed in it, and it can really take you away. It's more interactive than anything, right? Like it begs you to continue looking at it for something, even if there's nothing there, more than if you're watching videos of something and it's like just flashes by. But art kind of asks that you stay and experience it, right? So, and that's why I love, drawing and having Zombie Daily, so that people can go through thousands of, and I mean that, thousands of pieces of my art, if they want to sort of just check it out and relax and like scroll through and, or even, get inspired and actually feel like drawing. You can draw right there. You can draw some of the stuff that I've drawn, or, whatever you want to do. I do feel that being sort of either a participant in art or a spectator is always beneficial, regardless of what you choose to do. It does calm the soul for sure, and the mind, and foot pain. Yeah, I'm gonna be releasing a Bitcoin soon called Zombie Coin. It's dead on arrival, man. I told you in the pitch it was a rug pull. This is the new Zombie Coin. Yes, I'm releasing that next week. Yeah, dead on arrival, man. Yeah, I told you it was a scam in the title. Anywho, yeah, just things, musings, thoughts. Oh, you know what? That would be kind of cool. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, almost like he almost looks robotic. It's like wires. Bus clicking. There, yeah. Going behind his jawbone. There. I'm gonna check the chat. What's happening? How come I'm not moving on the... Oh, okay, there I am. Oh, here I am. Okay. There. Yes, okay, hello, hi, I'm Rob Sachetto. And we're back. So yes, I am Rob Sachetto, and you're in my studio with me right now as we create a zombie from scratch, with the theme being Plants vs. Zombies. So there will be a lot of foliage involved in this one. You bet your bottom dollar. So there's and maybe if we're lucky, a little bit of gore in there too. We'll see if we can fit that in. But he's mostly, plant at this stage. However, he does seem to be moving somehow. So yeah, more is the pity. We have to look into that. So whatever the case is, whether the plants are sentient or controlling him or it or whatever's left of this body, yeah, we don't know at this point. But they are eating the live flesh of human bodies. Yeah, that's what we do know. Yeah. So yeah, Plants vs. Zombies. Many plants becoming either part of or right at home at the former corpse, current undead citizen. And someone maybe that was thrown into a ditch, by some shady characters. Yeah, some shady characters, and plants that grew in them and stuff. And hey, could put some wildlife in there too. There's another angle, right? What could we do? We'll see. Maybe like beetles and stuff. Yeah, there. Maybe beetles and stuff. There's a beetle right there. Can add some more later, perhaps, in areas. But yeah, one thing is for certain: he's still alive. Yeah. So we're gonna put a little bit of depth under that ripped shirt, and in some cases you won't even be able to tell what is flesh and what is shirt and what is plant. There's lichen and all kinds of fungus and ferns and all kinds of things sort of inhabiting them now, right? So again, and I love seeing that, like in nature, where there's an old stump that has been, that's rotting or whatever, and there's all of these vast numbers of plants vying for space on it, like lichen and mushrooms and oh man, any number of like small little greeneries and things, Man, it's beautiful to see. I love that. So, drop my pencil. There we go. I just wanted to add that in to break up the, because I do like this, but I find it's going too much in the shape of that hand, and it's bothering me. So I had to break it up. Break it up, you two. I had to break up that sort of mirrored line in the background. That was affecting the foreground. Felt like it was part of the foreground. So I had to eliminate. I had to correct him. So I had to correct them. Yeah. So I had to basically correct them. Those lines, their lines, I had to correct. Yeah, because of the illusion, and yeah, I think there's some other things I have to do with the skeletal fingers too. But the thing is, they're not going to be all the way skeletal. They'll have like a coating of something, whether it's like the leathery now flesh, it's like sun-baked on there, but still stuff grew on them, and yeah, there's a lot of ways, again, to go with that, and I intend to explore those things, yes. Yeah. And again, it's not, I'm not making like this anatomically correct in the sense that the bulges and things are joints. They're like puffed out areas of that blistered leathery skin on the hand. Like maybe it was in the sun the whole time and the rest of it was in shade. You know what I mean? Like there's things that happen like that. And, everything I kind of do, I want to go like, okay, I have a good reason for doing it that way. I don't want to haphazardly just do something and try to explain later, you know what I mean? I want to have a good explanation why something looks like that for myself, so I can draw that better, right? So once I figure out what it is, then, I go in and correct it, So, yeah. You damnable chair. I love you, but I must kill you. Alright, you. Gonna put some nice frosting in there. Gonna put some nice root systems in there and stuff. And then I think dark. Oh, you know what? I think I'm gonna put. Yeah, I think that's going to be okay. What am I gonna do with this? It's dark. Where? Okay, hang on a second. We're working it out. Okay. There, because that would be right around where the pelvis ends. Pelvis. So I'm going to probably end up doing the subtraction method. Subtraction method, in which I will put the detail in and then erase. I'm not going to actually put like super detail in there. I'm going to put like the placeholder for detail and then sort of erase it and go like, or erase it or blacken it in. Again, it's a placeholder kind of thing for when you work things out, right? You want to put the whole thing in there, then erase it. You don't want to work around or in between things. Anyway, you'll get the hang of it. If you do this, you'll and you watch me and you'll go like, oh, why is he doing that? It's like, oh, he wanted to connect that in there, so he erased it and then put that line in, and now it looks like that. So if you watch me do all this stuff, again, it's pretty easy or evident in terms of how I'm doing stuff. It is fast though, I think. But again, this is just the working out phase. I haven't even finished penciling it yet. Although I am going heavy where I go, so which is fine. That's good. I'm confident about it. Like I said, I didn't like this start. And then as soon as I almost touched the page, I was like, yes, I love this, and now it's a thing. So again, you saw that work in real time. So again, if that inspires you, if you're like that, or if that happens to you, and not just in drawing, but like in any case, where that happens to you, yeah, man, like. I'm sure we share the same things in that regard, But yeah, you can relate. I think people can relate to that, in some way, shape, or form in their lives, Yeah, and I really like the way, this is turning out. And again, this is right from scratch. It was a blank sheet of paper when we started the live stream just moments ago. Yeah, like 40 minutes ago. So this has been done in 40 minutes, and right from scratch. So there was nothing on the page before we got to it here. And what did I do here? What did I do there? This is that. No, okay, that looks weird. Okay, I gotta change that. Again, that background intersecting poorly with the foreground. Yeah, it doesn't work. You gotta change it. You gotta change it. You have to identify and make it clear what the background and foreground is in almost all cases, because unless that's your gimmick, if that's what you're trying to do, then I get it. But for all intents and purposes, leaving that open is a good idea. And having really solid, straightforward pencils is always a good idea. Then you can trust your pencils, and yeah, you know what? I'm doing a bit of, I think this is going to be like more like skin, like sloughing off. Yeah, within the plants. Yeah, like that. Yeah, I want it to kind of have some, a little bit more zombie. Yeah, I might even do that. How does his head look here? Is that better or what? Yeah. Yeah, I think there. Yeah. Plants vs. Zombies. It's true though. So this somehow still functional zombie is absolutely taken over by the plants. You know, as you can see. But there's still many, many areas, vestiges of his body left. Like his arms and stuff. Now I wonder if what should I do with it? Should I do anything with that hand? Nah. Unless I make it go right out of the... I don't know. Should I? Yeah, because... yeah, it's too cheesy. I don't know. Maybe I'll leave. Maybe I'll. Okay, I'll differentiate this with. Sorry, bug. You're probably not gonna show up that much, but I'll differentiate. Oh no. Achoo! Achoo! Oh, excuse me, guys. Whew. Yeah, I'm going to differentiate his body with the arm and back. For the most part, yeah. For the most part, yeah. And I think that will pretty much kind of do it for the visual. Yeah. Yeah, because we don't need to show the arm. We don't need to show the arm in it. And it's like, well, you can, but, you know, that the pose wasn't even really made for that. That was kind of made, you know, for it to be down. For actually both to be down, but I thought the one arm would be better up and seeing the hand. And then, again, like I said, I think it looks like that. I think it has that Creature from the Black Lagoon feel to it, you know, somehow. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff going on in there. There. Guys, if you don't mind, it would be awesome if you could please subscribe to the channel. Yeah, I know. I have to plug that. And it's not like I honestly, I really do really I'm so absolutely overwhelmed by the new subscribers as of late, and I want to thank everybody for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed yet to the channel and you enjoy the content, please do. We all have little brain farts. I just I got off topic there for a moment, looking at this this thing that I think is a vine, but did I do that as a vine or like a piece of detail in the wood? And I was transfixed with that for a moment, going, oh, I think it would be cool if I actually use it as a vine. So I was mesmerized by that. Got off track. Sorry, guys. It's going to happen. But yeah, if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be awesome. And like I said, it really helps me rise in the algorithm stream, and hopefully reach more folks with my nonsense and my carrying on. And references, lots of references. So yeah, that would be awesome if you could do that. That would really help me out, and I mean it. It means so much to me. I'm not kidding about that. when I see those numbers, I'm like, wow. I'm honored, man. I really am. I really am, guys. So, for those of you who can subscribe, I would really appreciate that a lot. So, thank you so much. Yeah, check out Zombie Daily. The link is in the description below. That's where all of the zombie art that I do here and at cons and everywhere else, that's where all of that art resides. It's a gigantic, massive, overwhelming online portfolio of zombie art. More zombie art than you've ever seen in one place. I wager. What do you wager? There. How about that? How about that for some, and this is going to be a lot, you know what? This is going to be really dark down here. So I'm just going to, but you know what? Like I said, you have to kind of draw it and then, either darken it or whatever. Like, you have to have the structure there so that if you want to, maybe show a shadow of something, it looks natural. It looks natural. It doesn't look like you drew that thing that's illuminated in the shadows, just floating there. You've made it feel like it belongs to something because it does. You just can't see the rest of it. So yeah, draw the structure. It's worth it. Even if you do a fast mock-up of it, just to get the bearings and everything of where things are underneath the dark, to do that. Yeah, that's fine too, But yeah, definitely put the structure in. It really, it's worth it, I think. What's he talking about? It's an art thing. Forget it. It's an art thing. Guys, I welcome you into my studio. I've been an artist for a wee bit over 40 years. And, oh my goodness, I'm so old. Yeah. I've been an artist for plenty of time, all right? I'll give you that. That's all I'll give you, for plenty of time. And mostly doing zombie stuff, man. Mostly doing the zombie thing and getting known for that. Inventing zombie portraits back in 2006, and writing and drawing the zombie handbook, and drawing more zombie art than anyone else on Earth. So I've been busy, very busy, doing cons and all sorts of things like that. So yeah, it's been great, man. It's been very great. And now that I'm finally doing these live streams that people have been asking me to do for years, even before I was doing the zombie stuff, people are asking me to do that. And I'm like, I don't even remember when that was, because I didn't even think we had computers back then, or internet or anything, but I don't know, I can't remember. But yeah, people are asking me to do live streams on different platforms too. I'm like, yeah, I want to do it, and I kind of tried to do it over the years, and it never really gelled. But then it did, and I'm very, very grateful for that, and it's a wonderful thing. I'm glad that I can come into your homes on your phone or wherever you might be and want some drawing comfort, yeah, I'm very happy to be here for you guys, and that's what I wish to do for more folks out there, kind of. Just be a calming factor in their lives, and perhaps even mentor in ways and things like that. I really want to help the next generation of people who do want to do, traditional art and stuff like that, things of that nature, just creative stuff, So yeah, I'm very open to your questions and things like that as well, guys. So if you have any questions and or things, if I can get to them in whichever video, I will definitely get back to you in others. And if I don't, feel free to nudge me, nudge them. Yeah, I might need a nudge, especially right now because I'm like overwhelmed with everything. Every yeah. So yes, I might need some nudging. Gnudging. Yeah, I like that. What I don't like though is that weird halo around the thumb there. What was I thinking? There. What? There. Yeah. Maybe some more branches. You know what? You know what would be kind of cool is... I think I'm going to darken this a little bit more. I think it'd be kind of cool is to have like thorns and stuff somewhere, but I don't know. I don't want to shoehorn it in. Maybe I could put it on that. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really make much of a difference there. Yeah, I don't want to shoehorn stuff like that in. You know what? This developed on its own, and I kind of I find like, oh, that's a last minute idea, and that kind of doesn't work in this aesthetic anymore. So maybe 5 minutes ago it might have, but it since has changed. Yeah, there's more leaf. It's more leafy and it's not like if I was going into that area of like making it look sort of like evil and cursed and whatever. Yeah, I would maybe put like spiked thorns and like all sorts of like designy roots and stuff like that. A lot more black, a lot more black. A lot more shadow and stuff like that. But this, has more of a nature. Took its course and basically insinuated itself in every part of his anatomy. But you could still see parts of his rib cage, or is that roots? And again, it's the none of this would make sense in real life. None of it would make sense in real life, especially having the eyeball there. And I like the eyeball there, I really do. In fact, I might even put another. I might even have the other eyeball in there. Yeah. Yeah, see? Well, I might even take more. There. Yeah, that's much better. That's much better. That's what I needed. I was like, yeah, there's something wrong there. Yeah. But I haven't given it a second look yet. I've just been concentrated on making it. So if there's any weird things in there, I haven't rooted them out yet because I haven't given it a big look yet. You know what I mean? I've just been working on it. I haven't taken my eyes off it. So there are probably things in here that I'm going to change as a result, or fix that probably need fixing. But until that time, and that can be done in the second stage because I'll be inking over it or that. But for now, you know what? Wait, yeah, I like that better. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, what a great con I was just at. If you guys want to hear more about it, and why it was great, check out the review on the channel. It's right there in the video section. If you want to check that out, do some con reviews. And that was like, again, scant hours ago. Yeah, it's been a little while now, but it was literally yesterday, you know. And wow, what a whirlwind, you know. Yeah. What a whirlwind. It was a whirl of wind. Yeah, there. Yeah, there. All right. And like I said, there's a lot of things you can do, right? There's a lot of places you can go. Places you can go with the detail and you know, oh, I feel like putting a mushroom there or something. So there's a lot of textures you can play with, and I actually added some of the shirt or whatever clothing, ripped clothing that was, you know, there, and is you know, obviously barely there anymore because it's just disintegrated, you know. But yeah, he's still moving. He's still moving. So we're gonna put the and I like this. I really like it. I think it's weird. It's different. You know, I think it's cool. It's got a lot of nice little. It's got a lot of nice detailed textures and stuff like that. Now I think what I'm gonna do with this though is, while it's still while I'm doing the gray washes, I'm going to add the colors because it's going to be primarily earth tones for obvious reasons, but there will be some blues and things like that in there. So I'm gonna do the gray wash and simultaneously, sinus-cutaneously, I'm going to I'm going to add the colors as well, the browns and greens and things of that nature. I mean, you know, earth tones, right? Love those earth tones. It's like every fast food joint in the 70s and 80s, man. Brown and orange. Brown and orange was the color of the day for the fast food joint. Fast food joints are weird now, man. They look like corporate headquarters of something, like of a, I don't know, real estate agency or something, man. They look whack. I haven't been to a fast food joint in probably 2 years now, or a year and a half at least. And I find all of the ones I see, like when they get refurbished or whatever, they look weirdly corporate and like sterile. Yeah, it's not a place I want to eat, man. I don't know. I wouldn't not that I eat at those places anyway, but like it makes it even more so. So maybe that's a good sign, man. Maybe it'll turn people off from that kind of food, you know, if you want to call it that. There it is. Yeah, whatever you want to call it. This barely rates as food. That sounds like such a Simpsons or Futurama line. Sorry, I'm spitting. I'm drooling. I'm an old man drooling. Get off my back, I'm drooling. Gross. Yeah, there we go. Some nice gray washes, and you know, we'll see how far I get with this before I can start mingling with the other colors that I'm going to use. And I think the base is going to be mostly. I think the base is going to be mostly brown, but sort of a brown, cool gray brown. Yeah, I think. we'll have to keep watching to find out. In the next episode, drawing tonight from scratch, from Scratchiola. Yeah. As you can see, I'm at this point. If you're hearing my voice, we're at this point in the process. But it started out as nothing. It started out as just a blank sheet of paper. And you know what? I don't want to rag on I don't want to rag on Canson paper, but I really don't like. You know what? No, I don't want to do that. I just really don't like the last paper that. Yeah. You know what? You guys tell me if I can actually comment on products, because like I don't know if that's a no-no or not. But like sometimes I just want to say like, oh, this worked this way for me. But I don't know if that's fine and dandy in the video verse, So yeah, but anyway, this paper did not perform well. And I don't even know how I got it. Like, I must have bought it. Yeah, like, you know what? I think, you know what? Now I think I remember. It was Art Supply Day, and I went and got, I guess the store was having a sale on buy one, get one free, or buy two, get one free, or something. And I just happened to get that and go. Oh, you know what? If this works, that's a pretty good price for that. I think that's how that happened. So yeah, I ended up buying it just to test it out, as I do. Like I do that, I'll buy random art things, and again, that's what the Patreon is for. Check out the Patreon. And if you can help support it with a $2 a month donation, that'd be fantastic. All of that, as where I'm going with this is to get art supplies and test some new things out and do that for you guys to check out. You know what I mean? So it's like that nice tidy little circle. Yeah, it's more content that I can create for you guys to kind of show you. And you know what, man? If you like the cut of my jib, hear it from me, man. I'm gonna tell you like the honest truth about it. Like the world is made of lies, man. I can't participate in that. So yeah. I'm a observe and report type of guy, man, and I am not afraid to show you guys the process, how I flub stuff, like what my process kind of is, and all that. Like I'm more than happy to do that. If it helps you relax, if it helps you create more art, if it inspires you to do that, if it helps you sort of learn how to do the things I'm doing. By just watching my sort of pen moves and things, and things. Yeah. So, yeah, I try to do that for the love of the art, man. The love of the art, and hopefully inspire, other people to, carry on the traditional art thing and have fun doing it, Because I think folks like us are going to get rarer and rarer. And I was talking to friends of mine at my comic book colleagues at the what do you call it? Oh man, yeah. See, that's how brain dead I am right now. Northern GameX yesterday, yeah. All of those many years ago, was talking to them about original art and how actually one of them, one of those trio of friends was like, man, I'm getting original art, man. I didn't think it was like that affordable, but it is, and it's from guys like this, and I'm like, yeah, do it, because, you know, there's not a lot of those guys going to be around forever, man, like with the way technology is. And then that art will be absolutely priceless. It will, like it just will, because there won't be much of it around, you know. So yeah, buy original art while it's still relatively affordable. It is affordable, absolutely, if you're investing in it, especially. Like, man, that's so much better than investing in some kind of phantom, like, bit of electricity, man. Like, oh my goodness, I never thought I'd have to explain that. And you know, I'm sure people could go, oh yeah, well, I made billions off of blah blah blah. But yeah, you know, the whole comic book thing or original art thing is so much cooler. You can do the same thing. You know, it's just, I think it's way cooler, man. You own something that is a one of a kind. And you know what? That's when, I remember when NFTs were a thing, or more of a thing. And they were like, oh, it's a one of a kind thing, man. And I'm like, what do you think the art is? Like, the art is the one of a kind thing. The NFT, sure, if you want to call it that, but the art, the original art, it is one of the only one of its kind, you know. So yeah, and there's nothing like that. You can't reproduce that, you know. So yeah, like how is that the lure of NFTs? It's a one of a kind thing, you know. I didn't think that was like a great thing to stand on for the case of NFTs, you know. I don't know. That's just me, man. Opinions in the wind. Opinions in the wind. I think that's great. I really, really like this. Like where it's going. And you know, I'm picking up some paint. I'm picking up some pigment. Dropping it in places. Using some color theory to map out where, you know, cooler colors are going to go, like in this hand, in the bay of hand right here, likely above it, definitely below it. In fact, it's probably going to be black with a few little nuts and bolts in there, and then basically peter out into this, and then, you know, lots of nice foliage detail and stuff. And yeah, that crazy staring face, man. You know. yeah. And why not put some yellow in his teeth? Yeah. Hasn't brushed in a while. Yeah, I could add some yellow here and there. It'll just get eaten up with the other, with the sort of brownish, you know, earth tones. Yeah, man, what happened to the fast food? What happened to the fast food industry, man? It used to be fun. Guys, I'm not going to lie to you, man. Here's this. Like, the world has changed so much from when I was a kid, and it's depressing, man. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, it is. Like, I compare things to when I was a kid, and it would be like, you'd go, almost any restaurant was a fun thing, you know, but you'd go to like McDonald's or any one of those types of restaurants, and there were like that was party treat time. That was the best thing in the universe. It was so fun. There was always like wacky character, giant, you know, statues of them, and you could play on things and all that stuff, man. And I just see like the whole fast food structure now. When you go to a fast food place, it looks like a corporate headquarters for something, man. Like, what happened? You know, it's so weird. It was so, like, my childhood seems so fun, and it just doesn't seem that fun for kids nowadays. And that hurts me so much, man. You know, it really does. Like, I feel like you've been, you know, shortchanged of, you know, some awesome youth things. And you know what? I really, oh man, I get so like, I get so blown away when folks come to my table and they're that age and they're blown away by the fact that I'm drawing stuff. And I know I've said this before, but I still have to maintain, man, because man, like again, that happened this weekend too. It happens all the time, but again, it happened this weekend. It's fresh in my mind. But like that is just so amazing, and I hope to sort of bring. And I know there's a lot of people doing it, man. I know there's a lot of people doing it out there. I get it. I want to be one of those people. I want to be one of those people that you feel, comfortable with, and enjoy the work, and here's some nonsense, man. Some inspirational nonsense. Yeah. But here we go with some nice, and I've been kind of pecking at this for a little while, which is great. I love it because it's getting me some nice murky depths in there, which I can augment with other colors atop, another wash atop, likely blue, some blue, and perhaps brown, but mostly blue. Yeah. Perhaps brown, but mostly blue. That's my next album. It's going to drop. There. Oh, yeah, you know what? That's kind of cool. I like those kind of thorny. No, I'm not going to say it. Austin Powers. I can't see an Austin Powers type, like a reboot or anything of that franchise ever coming back. That's one franchise that I think will never come back. How everything comes back, I can't see that ever coming back, man. Like, for anybody who's seen it, it's true. Like, I just can't, I can't see that sort of being rebooted or, yeah. I don't know why, but that popped into my head. I was like, for some reason that Austin Powers thing just doesn't translate well to, like, any era almost anymore, And that's not a slight against Mike Myers at all. I both love and respect him, but some stuff doesn't age well, man. But I like to see him more as a dramatic actor. I don't know why, but yeah. That's crazy. It's true. It is. It's true. It is crazy. It's true. I is. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, that's my chair, man. Can't even breathe. Taking the air out of my lungs. Listen to that. Yeah, Rob, get a new chair. Yeah. I have to go out and do that. Yeah. Anywho, procrastination. Yeah, gotta. Yeah, and you know what the thing is, I'm not in this chair that often that it bothers me until it bothers me, and then I'm like, okay, it's driving me crazy, Anyway, it's not driving me crazy. It's just like it's kind of annoying. Okay, so there that is. That is now officially washed. You're so washed. So that's got the washes on it. Probably done in that regard. So gotta let it dry. Let it dry. Dry, dry, dry. Let it dry. And then inking. There we go. Kind of almost looks like like a Mike Myers thing or something. The skull looks like kind of a hockey mask or a mask or something, you know, because all the roots are going underneath, or all the branches and stuff, you know. So yeah, but in the meantime, while we let that dry, you know what I gotta do, man? Come on, I gotta get I'm supposed to be posting the 1100th Zombie Pinup Diva this Halloween on Zombie Daily. Stick with me with the story. And I'm about 7 or 8 shy, and I got to get those done because, man, that Halloween's coming up, and I know it. Oh yeah, it's far away, but I can feel the noose tightening, man. Yeah, I gotta get these done, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna ink these. Or this, in the meantime. But yeah, I'll be back to the. Like I said, I kind of want to get it done. I kind of want to get it done in one sitting. I think it's possible. It's just the dry time at this point. And you know what? I kind of skipped the dishes. I kind of skipped some steps in there by doing the gray wash and the color at the same time. So I think it's good color wise, but I think it'll take a while to and you know what, I'm going to try to expedite that process too by doing that. Might take a while to dry. Anyway, we've got this, and this is another new Zombie Pinup Diva drawing. Man. 1100 this Halloween. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I think I did. When did I just post the last one on Zombie Daily? I posted the last one on Zombie Daily like 2 days ago or a day ago. So yeah, if you want to check out the latest Zombie Pinup Diva, it's there. As are hundreds more. All very, very different. And you'd think like, wow, really? 1,000 zombie pinups, all different? Like how, but trust me, they are. There might be a couple that are similar, but, absolutely not the same. And it's all life drawing. Like it's all life drawing, and it's a perfect outlet / excuse to do life drawing, and in any way, shape, or form. Like even when I was doing, when I was teaching the college, at the college, we would have live models, of course, right? And I would use that time to basically, draw too. I would draw along with the students. So I'd have like a couple of good, life drawings done. And to which I would zombify most of them afterwards, Yeah. So even those, because, I wanted to. And that's the thing, I wanted to. It's art. I could, kind of do that. And it's not like anybody's gonna, tell me I can't draw what I want to draw, and that's the beauty of it. When you get a sketchbook and a, pen and or pencil and paper, or pencil and pen rather, and sketchbook. Yeah, you don't want to do too many overlaps there. But you need very little to escape, and it really is a different place in your mind, It really is a different place, and it helps relax that other part of your brain that is taxed out, that is sore after a day, of stress and whatnot, right? So your brain kind of goes to a different place and concentrates on something else. But you have to really tell yourself, though, there's no stakes involved here. It's just for you. It's just for fun. And if you feel that you want to pursue it more, then, that's something that you can discover on the way to just like doodling and having an enjoyable time. Maybe, drawing stuff from life, drawing something that you saw that day, that you recall that day in your commute, or whatever. Make a little sort of thing where you're like, this is my daily drawing, and this is what I saw today. It's like a visual diary almost, So, and again, you can kind of cut that up in any way you want. Even if you wanted to add a diary entry next to the drawing, as some do too. Yeah, who knows? You might discover you're like, I want to do zines now. I want to do comics. I really like doing this, because sometimes it's really the ramp up of doing something that you enjoy that kind of encourages that behavior of like, you know what? I kind of want to do that. I want to try my hand at doing that. And yeah, there's a lot of great people create zines and visual diaries and things like that. Like, yeah, it's very cool. It's very cool to do, and anybody can do it. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it, is that anyone can do it. So yeah. So we're doing some zombie pinup diva drawings right now, while our Plant vs. Zombies drawing is drying. So yeah, we're waiting for that to dry, and then we're gonna start inking it, and hopefully getting it finished. That's what I'd like to do. If I could play time in a hollow. That's what I would like to do, is finish it. Finish him. I would like to finish it, if I can, so that I have a totally self-contained episode where I finish the thing instead of having to, do it the next time or whatever. So, yeah. But, it needs a little bit more time. Yeah, I'm really rushing it. See, you can see. It's wet. It's wet. Hueto. Yeah. Yeah, it needs some drying. No, none of the lights are warm anymore, right? So, ring light. Yeah, no. I'm going to check the chat. I should, man. I should do that more often, even though I didn't see anybody last time on the chat. Where? Oh yeah, that's so weird. Oh, random oddities. Oh, YouTube algo finally recommending live art streams for me. Been looking for stuff like this for a while. Oh, fantastic, man. Well, welcome. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, Random Oddities. Shout out to Random Oddities. Thanks for watching, man. I hope you're digging some of the stuff that I'm doing, man. I'm gonna go back to my BT, and then oh yeah, okay. There's no time on it there. I'll be checking the chat again periodically as we go. But I'm back to real time now. Have a bit of a delay on the other channels, so. I choose this channel so I can actually see myself in real time. If I have to change the angle of the paper or whatever, or whatever, if you can't see it type of thing, yeah. So the other way could be a while before I notice it, of course. So here we go with some nice inking. Oh yeah, some nice, and again, like even the inking comes from another part of your brain too. Like that's a whole nother sort of discipline almost. The inking. Yeah, but guys, again, I encourage you all to draw as much as you can, and let that art sort of clear your mind and exercise other parts of your brain, and man, there's just enjoyment in it, and again, it's all you. There's no judgment. You don't have to show anybody your work or anything like that. There's no stakes involved. This isn't a test. You just draw because you enjoy it, and that's the entire beauty of it, is not making any difference other than making you freer and happier. That's the entire purpose. It's not the drawing, it's the drawing. And then see where it goes. Who knows? Who knows what happens when you unlock parts of your brain compartments? Ooh. Yeah. That kid's a prodigy. A prodigy. That kid's a prodigy. Yeah, so I always encourage folks to draw. It does have miraculous healing properties. Get my drawing cream in the link is on my forehead above. Get my drawing cream. It calms you down. Yeah. Rob's drawing cream does not calm you down. Checks and I'll be honored. So we're just adding some much needed contrast in here, and we're kind of adding again those little nuts and bolts and details hidden in the shadows, but come to light in the slight reflective light that's there. And that also shows the direction of the bark, the direction of the tree and the direction of the bark, showing the circumference of the tree, the weight of it, and things like that. So, yeah, doing these, and you know what? Again, these are I'm just scribbling, man. It's all scribbles. It's all scribbles, man. Yeah, and then I go in, kind of tighten it up a little bit, but you start out with scribbles, and then, as you can see, like they're just sort of dots and dashes, and I'm using that to fill in that area. I really like these markers. I really like this marker. Smarker. Just gonna check the chat for a second there. One more time. Okay. There we go. All right. A couple of leaves in the shadows and back. And, I'm kind of going on instinct and, not leaving too far out of the proximity of the tree trunk, but adding some details that, give this, again, a little bit of depth, because like all of this stuff is behind the trunk and the grave marker here and everything. So, yeah. We're going to fill that in too. And again, this is going to be filled in a little bit differently. It's going to have more angular lines in there. And that'll kind of give it a bit more of a rocky, not Balboa, but like, the substance, the hard stuff that you fall down on. Rocky. You're nothing but a bum. The hard stuff you fall down on when you're out for a hike in the mountains. Rocky. That stuff. There. Yeah. And then we, fill in the areas that are either too much or not enough. And yark. And we can go much darker here because there's, you don't want to draw too much attention to this area. This very small area in here, that little area. Yeah, you don't want to add too much detail down there. It's mostly going to be neutral. What makes a man neutral? But yeah, the neutrality of it all. References. Hope you guys are having a great evening. Man, Monday. It's weird. I feel weird. Doing the another con yesterday. Usually they're on like Saturday. And having it Sunday was very weird to me. Like to my rhythm. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's throwing me for a loop. I feel like disoriented, man. I don't know. And the weird thing too is, I don't know if I'm the only one that noticed, but like for October, and not that I want it to be super cold or anything, but how are we having this balmy, super hot weather in October? Like, that is very weird. That's freaking me out. Like, that's not freaking me out. Rather, it's giving me weird vibes. It's giving me weird vibes. Yeah, like, I don't know why, but I feel like it's weird to have this warmth, and especially the humidity still in the air. Which is, I find weird for October in northern Canada. Come on. Aren't we supposed to be like, polar bear weather and everything, all that kind of jazz? And again, not that I'm begging for winter by any means. I'm just saying, like, it feels weird that, like, we're experiencing this kind of weather right now. Like, my grass is growing again. I thought I cut the grass. I thought I did the lawn again for the last time. Because I did that weeks ago, and I'm like, it's probably going to be the last time, judging by the weather. And then it's like, it might need to be cut again. Because I'm like that. Everything's got to be nice. Everything's got to be nice. Yeah, you got to take care of your things, right? There. Okay, let's see how. Come on, man. It's still damp. You can see it right there. Damp. Yard. Well, maybe I can. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? Here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to. I'm gonna do the green. I'm gonna do the green leaves because there will be green leaves, and I am going to do them right now. Gotta make a green though. Gotta make a green. Gotta create a green that is suitable. Suitable. This one is suitable. This one is suitable. You just say that, it's got like awful connotations, right? This one is suitable. Just that alone. said in that voice, "This one is suitable." That kind of disregard for human life, you know? Yeah, you just know. That's all you need. Storytelling, man. Storytelling. You gotta tell the story. You gotta tell the story like it is quick a pace as possible. You know, with as little time as possible. You know? Make it a green, man. Make it a green here. Got the yellow, adding some blue. What kind of blue? Cadmium blue. What is it? What blue is, what kind of blue? I don't know. Oh, Prussian blue. I think I need a little bit more in there. There, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do the leaves. And and have some fun doing the leaves there with the new green that I've just made. There. And here we go. Guys, thanks for stopping in for your daily dose of the undead. Daily dose of the undead. And I'm really glad to have your attention and interest and support. Your support means everything to me, guys. It really does. It's why I draw. It's why I do things. It's why I do the things that I do, especially. The overwhelming support and love I get from from people, fans at cons I go to, has just been utterly mind-blowing, and you guys coming in and adding to those subscription numbers is absolutely mind-blowing too. It can't be overstated, man, how much that means to me, guys. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Your subscription helps elevate me into a higher spectrum, aura of the algorithm stream, and helps me get in front of more viewers. Quite simply put, it would be absolutely wonderful to get your subscription if you could, by hitting the little button, and you can help support more art from me, the zombie art guy, that zombie art guy. Oh, you know that zombie art guy? Oh, you mean Rob? Yeah. Well, I had a conversation with myself there. Yeah, the zombie art guy. So yes, you'll be helping me create more zombie art for you to enjoy. It's quite simple, really. My plan is quite simple, really. So there we are. I'm going to add some yeller in there. Old yeller. And some blue. There we go. Greenery. Some fresh greenery. And I'm gonna sort of distribute a flurry of wash brush beats into the paper in rapid succession. Yeah, making it anybody that gets mesmerized by those flashing lights, look away, because I'll be hitting that hard with full aggression. Some white in there, and then blue. Hootie reference. Hootie and the Blowfish. Y'all know Hootie? Y'all know Hootie? Yeah, man, Hootie and the Blowfish. Like that they were one of the biggest bands on earth at one point. I like their stuff. Yeah, I think I even had the album. I think I even bought the album. I did. Whatever that first album was, I don't even remember it now. I can't remember it. But you know what? I think if I saw that album out somewhere, like a CD of that, I think I would buy it again. I liked it that much. I thought it was great. Yeah, there was like, you know what? Just like that Spin Doctors album, that Pocket Full of Kryptonite or whatever album, or I can't remember the name of it, but I just bought that. I just actually bought that, like the CD, because I thought it was awesome, and I think Hootie's like that too. I think Hootie the Blowfish, that album's like that too, where there's other really good songs on it other than their hits, you know, because people always go, oh, they're like kind of a one-hit wonder. They didn't really last that long. I don't know if they had more albums and stuff after that, to be honest, but I like that one. I thought that was a great album, you know. Well, American Psycho about it. No, it's true though. I had it. I owned it, man. You know. Yeah. And it was like just like Living Colour, you know. CM Punk's opening music band there, Cult of Personality. Like I have both of those. I have two of their albums, you know. Because I thought they were great. Like, I thought they were really good. And I still do. I've listened to that within the last year, I think. Yeah, Living Colour, man. Well, you can tear a building down. Yeah, that's a great band, I think, man. Yeah. I loved that wedding song that they did, and I had a buddy who's a musician. Like, he's actually a really accomplished musician, but he started out at this bar, basically, that we all went to, and he would play gigs there often, and he would play that Love Comes, or I can't remember the name of that wedding song that Living Colour do, but he knew I loved that song, so he would do it every time I was there, and he'd always like dedicate it to me, because I'm like, yeah, I love that, and he would do such a great job of it too, you know. Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, those were some days for sure, man. But yeah, so. Fun times. Yeah. And all of those experiences, man, guys, all that stuff goes into your art. And that's what makes it unique. And that's what makes you unique. It's your experiences, no one else's. Every sort of molecule of experience that you've ever accumulated or ever acquired over your existence goes into your art. No fooling. So you know, that's again why it makes it so special, and that's why, you know, to talk about AI in art is such a awful thing. It's such a awful, like, just disgusting thing, you know. And there is no argument for it. There is none. Like, you know, there is only one. There is only one, you know, right answer in this case. You know, there's no arguing that. You know, you can't make a case for AI art. Ugh. Saying it makes me. Just saying it makes me want to vomit. There. There. So now, as you can see, that hand is much more poppy outy. You know? Because we got more color contrast and just contrast around that hand. You know? So, and there, of course, there will be much more as we continue, because I'm going to be adding, a thick holding line there too, adding a lot of detail in there. There will probably be more blue, there will probably be more coolness under here, whether it's going to be all blue or blue gray or blue gray and green. So there might be some. Oh, you know what? I actually see a nice little area there that would benefit from the green, blue, teal. Is that what that is? Teal? Green, blue, greenish blue, teal? Is that what it is? Yeah, when you're colorblind, you kind of don't care. Yeah, because it's like, teal to me looks like aqua. It looks like what aqua would be, to me anyway. Again, like we have there's different kinds of color blindness, and I have one of them. And again, I don't know what it is or call. I remember doing the test for it though, which was very interesting, and I've kind of done them since that too. Like I've done them a few times. And I still don't know which, what it's like the blue green. No, I don't know. I don't know what spectrum it is or whatever. Never bothered to, because it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter to me what it is. I guess it matters to other people because they ask you, right? But you just deal with it, right? Like you just deal with it, and it isn't until people don't even know that. Like people don't, when I tell them that, because of whatever, I don't tell people I'm colorblind specifically to get sympathy or anything. But if there's a story that involves that, I'll say, oh yeah, but so I'm colorblind, so that makes it tough. In fact, I was telling a story about Pokemon colors to someone. And I was saying, oh yeah, I go to the Bulbapedia or whatever site, the Pokemon info kind of site, to find out what the colors are, because I can't kind of tell from the pictures, from the anime, like the anime, because I find some of the anime colors kind of confusing to me. Especially, and with the Pokemon too, it's mostly black. It looks it looks stone cold gray, but they call it black. So, but that making that area black really would change that character a lot. So, I'll use something on more of the gray side. Or if I use black, it's kind of like the way Spider-Man has black inside of his blue costume, that kind of breaking up of the area, So yeah, but yeah. So I go. So yes, I was telling these folks that I go there because I'm colorblind. So I kind of at the same time do a little bit of research on the character so that I know what kind of Pokemon they are, like a ghost, like a spirit, like a robot, a mineral, whatever, a rabbit, yeah, like a forest spirit or what, so yeah, I try to, and then with that I'll try to sort of either incorporate that slightly into the zombie drawing, or put it in the underlying tissue somehow put details of whatever it is in underlying tissue. Like, if it's a robot, put some circuits and bolts and things in there underneath the flesh, or something. Yeah, like it's a cyborg type of thing, and the outer zombie skin rotted off or whatever. So again, you kind of make up a little bit of a backstory for it, of course, like I always do, like I always recommend. Makes your drawing more real, man. Makes your drawing more real, and yeah, that's the truth, man. That's the truth. Makes your drawing much more real, and because now you know where it's coming from, right? Now you've given it purpose, right? You've given it life. You've given it a reason to exist. So yeah, you're more convinced that it could be a thing when it's in that when it's in your head like that. Giving it a backstory, giving your characters a backstory. Yeah, I always and anybody who watches the live streams, or even my regular video page, would probably have heard me say, always create a backstory for your draw, for a character in your drawing. So I think that's a piece of dirt, but I just made a leaf. I just made it a leaf. So we're just waiting for the Plants vs. Zombie thing to dry. It's taking a while though, man. I can still see it's like wet. But man, I think it really looks cool. Yeah. Like, I really like it. You know what? I'm gonna try. Here's me. The impetuousness of youth. I'm going to try to do a thing where I see, I told you I was colorblind. It took a while for me to figure out that was green, man. I told you. Yeah, put a little bit of the brightness of the marker in there. I love that. I love it. I really do. It really stands out. But yeah, I think part of it can be inked. Part of it. We'll see. I'm gonna start doing it. I'm gonna do it. Where's my inking tool? Otherwise known as pen. Fine liner. Come on now. What? Oh, probably up here. There it is. Okay, you know what? Before I do that though, I'm going to just add a wee bit of bright yellow in there, pale yellow in there rather. There. That shouldn't take too long to dry. But I'm not going to be working on that anyway. I'm going to be working on this. So here we go. Plants vs. Zombies. The inkening. What would happen if someone were thrown in a ditch and then turned into a zombie months later after all the foliage had worked its way through the corpse? Plants versus Zombies. Yeah, for reals. For realsies. Yeah. Hey, I like it. Hey, Mikey, he likes it. There. Yeah, that's some nice. I think I like the teeth that are still intact for the most part, but very like out of place. Not perfectly set. I like that. Like the reality of it being that they're very not perfect to begin with, and even less so after all of the things that have occurred in the last few weeks in the ditch. Yeah. And I'm going to have like this area here. And then that's going to sort of be closed off a little bit more, because I want to show the depth of these vines and stuff under and inside of under the skull. So I want to show that in there a lot. I hope that, you know what, that's really wet. Okay, I gotta ixnay on that part. All right, stick to the parts that I think the lighter parts are dry. Man, you can tell I'm determined to do this, right? Like, yeah. Well, I want to do it for you guys so you can see like the whole process in one encapsulated live stream. Let's see if I can do it in an hour, man. How am I still functioning? I haven't stopped to think about that. That is perplexing. I don't know. But here I am, Rob Sachetto, the internet's busiest zombie nerd. Shout out to Anthony Fantano, another YouTuber I subscribe to. Does great music reviews, and I love that because I watch his show. The guy's always on. Like he must live on, man. Like I don't know how else he lives, man, because he's like, it seems like he comes out with videos every few minutes, and anyway, not that crazy, but still, he's great at what he does, man, for sure. Like he's in the right place, like, I've seen a lot of new videos where like he gets sued by some dude. Yeah. Anyway, but he's one of those really, I think, honest to goodness guys who kind of tells things literally the way they are. Like he doesn't hold back on stuff, and I love that. I love that honesty, man. And it's not like he's not trying to be like anything. I think it's just honesty, and I really love that. Like anything that I even detect is even like close to AI or uses AI, like I will not. I just will not watch at all. You know what I mean? So it's like people like that are real, that are still doing that is right away commendable. You know what I mean? That's, to me, it's like, man, you went through the bother of creating really interesting content, whereas other people just slap together AI slop, and oh man, it's so bad. Like I can't believe it's even content. Like voices changing like midway through narration, from a guy's voice to a female's voice, like, and you hear the difference happen, and it's like, what the hell just happened, and then it happens again, and you're like, I thought I was just flipping out there or had some kind of minor stroke, but no, it's true. Oh wow, it's awful. Oh, it's so awful. It's like a slap in the face to creativity, man. Yeah. Yeah. It's true, though. Yes. What was I going to do with that? No, you know what? I'm not going to do that with that. Silly. Silhouette. I'm going to add some nice hand details in here. And I think, this hand, for the time being, looks rather weak, maybe anemic in the art part of it. But I think once it's inked, you're really going to see it pop and actually see a more of a idea of the scope of what it is, because I think it's a lot better than what it looks like at this point. Like, this is the ugly point of the art anyway. Like, this is just like, oh man, there's colors here and there. You can't really make sense of where anything is. It's muddy. There's nothing holding anything together. There's no definition. But as soon as I start inking it, you'll see that elevate, right? That's where the drawing comes together, and you actually see definition. And I'm basically just going over my pencil lines with the kind of detail that I want for this hand, which is kind of puffy but leathery texture, but again worn. So there's a lot of different things going on in the hand there, which I like, and that's absolutely intentional, as you saw, because we led up to it, right? We drew all the way up to this point, and now we're doing the inking, and I really like, I think that line absolutely accentuates this side and gives it that strength. So yeah, this line here, and again, that was intentional because of the shirt. Like, there's the idea of like a ripped shirt there, and getting the texture of the clothing, and it around the what do you call it, branch or yeah, I guess I guess it's what is it? It's a branch, but it's root, trunk, hippopotamus. Yeah, whatever this is. The piece of wood sticking out of his body, out of his shoulder, that thing. Yeah. So I'm doing some leaves in here that don't have color, but will after. I'm going to use the excuse me, either the Sharpie or another type of marker, or something else. So yes, I'm going to use one of those items to create some of those leaves, the color in those leaves that I've drawn, but are right now kind of just gray, whatever the background color is there. So I'm going to fix that. I'll fix that. I'm going to fix that with some... Yeah, I really dig the way this is turning out, man. I love the spikes, because I have a plum tree, and man, that plum tree grows spikes. I don't know why, but they look like... maybe they're starting out as branches, but they spike at the end. They're spikes. Like, they're not thorns. They're actually wooden spikes that come out of the branches, man. They are deadly, because I had to transplant that tree by hand, and I had to dig it out of the ground, the root system and everything. So I was getting, like, killed by those spikes when I had to transplant that thing, And I'm like, I hope it lives, because I almost didn't, just transplanting that thing. That was crazy, though. I shouldn't have even thought of doing that. Like, I had to dig it out of the ground, like, root system and everything, and then bring it over to where I wanted it, and then plant it in there. Yeah, the thorn birds. It was crazy, man. I was like covered in like holes, man. Yeah. Yeah, that was nuts. The things you do. So here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. You know, if I don't complete this evening, you know where this is going. I'm obviously doing the inking here, and like that's the thing. It's so damp. Like I cannot ink there at all. If I did, it would go right through the page. So I'm really, really skeptical that I'll be able to get it done tonight because of the drying time. And that I think really, literally, might even go to the fact that it is humid right now. Excuse me, in northern Canada. It's warm in northern Canada right now, and it's October. You know. And it's raining right here right now anyway. But yeah, that is happening, man. That is happening. And it's weird. It makes me feel weird. There's something weird about the barometric pressure type of thing. And yeah, that humidity, and especially at this time of the year, like I said, don't get me wrong, I don't want winter to come either. I rather like fall. But it just feels strange because of the time of year and the weather. It's like a Mediterranean outdoors right now, you know, warm and moist. Yeah, even this area shouldn't be doing. You shouldn't be shooting my rabbits, McCready. There. Yeah, I think that looks good. You know what? I really wish I could do way more on this, but moron. But yeah, it's a little damp. But as you can see, guys, I am just doing my classic inking of things. You've seen this, and this is basically the final stage. Is the inking, right? So that's what we're doing now, and you know I've put in all the different colors, and you can see like on the side here, there's some blue inside that brown, and there's some gray in there. There's all kinds of nice sort of things going on, color-wise in there, and you know the blue area is sort of like further from you. It's a cooler color, so it regresses into the page while the warmer colors come forward. That is basically the Cole's notes of color theory for y'all. That's the big one. That's the big one. We call that the biggie. You know, in the industry, in the art industry, we call that a biggie. Yeah. So the cool color helps to push back, fade into the distance, into the under part, into the shadow, and warmer colors come forward. That's the dime store explanation of most color theory. What the biggest color theory sort of thing to remember. There will be others. There will be others. Yeah. And of course, the opposite when you use those colors opposite each other, like having the thing in the foreground, for example, the cool color, and vice versa, that just pops the image right off the page, right? So as well, it's the contrast. It's the contrast in color, in those types of cases, right, where you just have straight up opposite color in the background, and popping that image right off the page. Yeah, here we go. And doing a lot of these, getting a lot of these woody lines in there, and some leaves, and man, with this again, like I said, there's almost there's so many things, that the textures and things that you can draw in there. And you know what? This is far from over, man. This is far from over. This is far from over. There's so much more I'm going to do on this. And I think, you know what? I'll keep it for you guys for the next time rather than finish it. And then you can watch me finish it, because this is it's not going to dry fast enough for me to ink it. And that's basically the only thing holding me back right now from doing this. Is that, well, that's the only thing holding me back from doing it. I might do a little bit more here if I can get away with it, but it's going to be tough. Okay. Oh wow, there's some nice textures in there. Oh yeah. Yeah. And again, it's not necessarily the joints. It's more of stuff hanging off the or fused in, baked right into the skeletal structure. Yeah. Yeah, that hand I think is going to be I think that hand's going to be great when it's fully inked in, and with the holding line around it to pop it. Yeah, because it's got a lot of great qualities in there. Whoops. That I hope you can actually see me do. Yeah, I'm doing it. Look at me, I'm doing it. There. King of the grind, man. That's what they call me. I've been called the king of the grind, and I take that as a compliment. Yeah. However it's meant, I take it as a compliment. Yeah. I am the king of the grind. It's true, man. But I love it. That's the difference. That's the reason why I'm proud of it, and I love doing cons. And I love talking to you fans. I love talking to you guys at conventions. Unfortunately, I can. I always go back to this because it's true, and it always bothers me because usually at cons it's very loud. And I don't know if I'm going deaf or I just can't hear above the din of the crowd. But often I find myself not being able to hear what people say, and almost have to ask too many times what they're saying, type of thing, and that really bothers me. Because again, I don't know if it's me or if it's just the way things are. I always wonder if it's me when there's a problem. I'm like, okay, maybe I should get my ears checked. Maybe I've got a huge blockage or something in there. And yes, that would be very gross. But and yeah, so it bothers me when I can't hear people, and I have to ask over and over what folks are saying because of me. And it's kind of embarrassing, right? So, yeah, but it's not a huge problem, but when it does happen, it's so, yeah. So, yeah. But anywho, we're drawing Plants vs. Zombies. This is what we're doing tonight, guys. And you know what? I'm going to get in a better position here because I want you to see, I want you to see me drawing. So That's the whole point of the exercise. Yeah, I love it when you guys watch me draw and create some things out of nothing, and that's what we're doing tonight. And the theme is plants versus zombies, which means the zombie is awakened and finds himself taken over with plants. So it's like a real life scenario. Yeah, a little different from the, I'm going to say, video game, cartoon, also, I think. Oh, that's good. I know it's a video game. I don't know much else about that, though. The Plants vs. Zombies phenomena. I wish them the best of luck. Why not? Why wouldn't I? That would be foolish of me not to. Keeping zombies in the zeitgeist, man. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, there we go. We're adding some more nice detail to the proceedings here. Again, it's more of an automaton type of zombie, but nonetheless has life. There's life. It's alive somehow, and somehow still functioning, even despite the plants basically becoming part of his body, or most of his body. So yeah. But again, this is what we're drawing, guys. Like, this is, this was the, I thought, well, I need something to kind of do. I think having a purpose and knowing what I'm going to kind of draw, or laying out an idea of what I'm going to draw is a good idea. So, it doesn't waste time. I get right to it right away and, try to finish it if possible. Haven't done that. Well, no, I've done that yet. I've done that in other live streams, I think. But I don't know if I'll be able to do it this time, because it is incredibly damp at the bottom of this, and I can't ink over it. It has to dry, and hopefully it'll dry by the time I finish doing the top inks. But I don't want to count on it, or I don't count on it. But we'll see. Maybe we'll get it all done. I like the idea of having like a capsulated, one shot. You learn how to draw a zombie, plant zombie. Or what? Basically, it's just a zombie, right? It's just a type of zombie. So learn how to draw a zombie in one live stream, and that's it. It gives you all the directions. I give you all the directions to how to, draw a plant zombie in this one. Maybe the next one will be. And you know what? Again, we did mutant zombies last time, but I did too many of them, I think. I did 2 or 3. And I couldn't get them all done because, there was just too many, for one sitting type of thing. So, yeah, we've got some great, wonderful details in here. Wow. And please, guys, if you can remember, please subscribe to the channel. That would be so awesome. Your interest and your support mean everything to me, guys. It really does. And if you subscribe and help me in those ways like that, like liking the video and maybe even commenting or whatever, that would really help elevate my stature on YouTube here and put me in a higher echelon of the algorithm stream. Get in front of more people. Sort of love to do that. Get more eyes on the artwork, and reach some new fans, and talk to some new people. I love that, man. I love that. That's why I do cons to this very day. I just did one, yesterday. Did the review for it. If you want to check that review out, it's here. It's brand new. It's dated earlier today. So that review is there if you want to watch it later on after the live stream. You can check that out. Yeah, and I hope, like I said, I hope you do subscribe. It really does do so much, and I have to thank all the folks who have subscribed in the last little while. Oh my goodness, it's overwhelming. I'm blown away. I know it doesn't seem like much to a lot of people, but to me it is, and I'm eternally grateful for everyone who has made that decision to subscribe, which is an easy decision to make. Oh, I'll get to see this guy draw a little bit more sometime if I want, or I never have to watch his ugly face again. It's up to you what you do. But if you subscribe, I would love that. That would be awesome. Yeah, I'm just gonna check the chat here, see what's going on there. If anything. There we go. Oh, okay. All right. There. All right. So yes, we're back to doing the Plants vs. Zombies. Man, this one I'm really enjoying it. I hope you guys are too. The paper is behaving, which is great. I'm putting in all the nice little minute details that we all enjoy, and adding some crazy lines and designs and things going with the flow. So I'm going to be doing a lot of black spotting in here, though, because I want that hand to really pop. And I want that hand to really pop. So I'm gonna kind of draw the things in there, but at the same time know that they're likely going to be covered up in black because of the shadow. Because I want that hand to really pop. So basically, everything under the hand, directly under the hand, is in a shadow, and again, there's some things peeking out, of course, shapes, areas and that, but mostly it's gonna be black, because you want that hand to pop, you want that hand to really come out and grab people, so that's what you want to achieve with that hand, and how it's going to be eventually depicted with the thicker holding lines and highlights and things of that nature. So maybe he's already killed somebody, and there's blood, because I haven't added blood yet. But maybe I could do that, or just leave it the way it is, like he's just been awakened by some evil curse of the island or territory or whatever. Or it's some kind of bizarre ecological disaster, and he's somehow brought to life, and he's got obviously all of the foliage that has grown into him, making it. Who knows? Is it more difficult or is it easier? Is the foliage controlling him? Is the foliage the actual zombie kind of creature or a live creature just using the husk of the corpse? So there's so many kind of angles you can take with this, and again, like a lot of people ask me, like, oh, don't you ever get bored of zombies? And I'm like, no, never, because there's so many ways, like I just explained, there's so many ways you could depict just this alone. I think I just named like 3 or 4 different ways, and each one of those carries its own visual too. So if it's an ecological disaster, man, there could be a ton of different, like, boils and pustules and like sacks of liquid and that like coming out in and out of the branches and stuff, or some of the branches could actually have pus like boils and things like that on the actual branches and things. Like there's so many ways again you can interpret that, right? So it's wonderful. That's what makes art so wonderful. It's wonderful that you can kind of think of those things and then go, I'm going to draw that. I'm just gonna straight up draw that. It's wonderful to be able to do that. And again, like you'll have your own way of interpreting stuff, as do I. And when you do it, it will be unique. It will, your art will carry every experience that you've ever had in your life into it, right? Every experience that you've ever had will carry into your art. And again, that's what makes it so unique. Everyone's art's going to be different, Now, I didn't say good. Or sharks in the tank. Don't draw anybody. Don't draw. Don't do it. No, I say for surezies, give it a shot. Give it a shot. If nothing else, it will calm your nerves, and I think you'll feel refreshed after doing it, after drawing something. I really do think you'll enjoy the experience, and it's art therapy, man. Art therapy. I think it's true. I don't know what that means. I don't know if there is such a thing as art therapy that people do, which is specific. But for me, it's generally, just drawing and feeling that sense of freedom, and using a different area of your brain to create things, right? And relaxing those areas of the brain that were taxed out all day, by driving or at work or organizing things or whatever, right? So drawing stuff really takes you away from that other stuff, So here we go. More details and more ink lines. He's got the stink lines and everything. Adding some more leaves, and again, I'm gonna find that green marker and add the green there to them. And you know what? I've got a green marker, and I've got the green Sharpie. The green Sharpie. The stories you read about all come to life. References. References. Green Forest was an actual anime. Yes, now that I think about it, it was an anime about animals in the forest. Yeah, the Green Forest, that's what it was called. That's the show. It was an anime. It was... was that PBS? Where did I see that? But yeah, the Green Forest was, I think, TV Ontario. I think they picked that up and showed that for their educational channel. PBS or TV Ontario rather. I think that's where I saw Green Forest, and yeah, it was a bunch of there was a fox character, rabbits, and all kinds of stuff like that. And it was an anime. So I don't know what it was called anime-wise, but it was like a fable, like animals talking and that. Like not anthropomorphic, but they were animals that were talking in the forest and stuff like that. So yeah, man, I used to love that show too. I just remembered that. Yeah, the green forest. The green forest. The stories you've read about all come to life. It's the stories you've read about all come to life. Yeah, great show, man. Great show. Then it was Hammy Hamster. I bet you nobody knows that. Nobody knows Hammy Hamster for sure. There's got to be nobody out there that remembers that. That is a weird, obscure thing. Tales of the Riverbank, man. Yeah, that was crazy. Crazy. But awesome. I used to love that show too. As a kid, the diving bell. They put the, they had the little hamsters and stuff, and they put them in cars and all that. That was so cool. That was so fun, man. As a kid, you just watch that, and you're like, I want to do that. I want a hamster now. Yeah. There. You guys are digging that? And at this point, I've got a lot of great pencil lines. I've got like some very. I'm trusting my pencil lines quite a bit, but at the same time, I am using them as placeholders for other inking techniques that I'm using in there. Just adding some design stuff, like some designy sort of like spirally shapes and bendy shapes that maybe look like letters, but it's all basically roots, right? But they take on these different sorts of shapes. Maybe faces. Maybe you see a face in there. I a lot of my art, and I mean, I don't even know what art that I've done this to, but lots. There are a lot of hidden things in the art. So if you happen to look at some of my stuff sometime, you might pick out some things, or you might pick out nothing. I don't know, but I know that there are a lot of things where it's like, oh, I intentionally put a face in there, or I intentionally put a monkey in there, or I intentionally put like a horse or a dog or a zombie dog or like whatever, something, I don't know, monster, something in there was intentionally drawn, into the drawing for sure, and sometimes I don't, right? So, it's one of those things where if it kind of looks like that, I'll kind of lean into it. Not that anybody would notice it. Of course, that's the whole conceit. Nobody will notice it unless you look at it. But which ones, and where, and so on and so forth, right? So, yeah, not all of the art is created equally ever, right? But you might see, oh, that's a finger, like that's a total finger. Absolutely, there's no question about that, So you might see something like that in there, and then it's like, oh, it's next to an eyeball or something, or next to, a foot, or who knows, oh, I've drawn that in there, in the detail somewhere, So yeah, there's all kinds of little visual tricks and things and in the sauce, and it just makes it fun. And again, it's art, right? So, like I said, this zombie would never exist in real life because, well, the eyeballs would be gone. There's probably no way it could move with all that foliage taking the place of anything that would support it, and yada, yada, yada. But that's not the point. The point of this is to be a piece of zombie art. And who cares if it's nothing else? That doesn't matter. You've created it to be a thing that is of its own, and it doesn't exist anywhere on Earth. It is one of a kind, So all of those nice things happen when you create art, And that's why I encourage people to do so, because it is like very special, and it's always unique because it'll always have your experiences to make it what it is, you know. Good or bad. Yeah. You know, bad experiences help us learn. Bad experiences help us learn. Liver helps us play. But it's true. Bad experiences make us learn, right? So, you know, you use those bad experiences too, as well as the good. Channel some energy and convert it into good energy and creative energy. You know, the bad stuff. You know, so yeah, put it into creation. By God, we put it into creation. And now we have a much nicer, but in Italian it's much nicer. Now we have a much nicer and more poppy hand, as you can bear witness to. Right there, man. That hand is really popping out, right? It's like it's 3D. It's true, because of that nice holding line and all that crazy detail in the back. You know, the juxtaposition of that as well. And now I'm going to add that to the jawline and propel that jaw out quite a bit more. You know, there. How about that? There, huh? Yeah. Well, you know, it is far from over, but I can get it to a point where it's almost done. Almost, mostly. Yeah, I just want you guys to sort of see the process. And, yeah. How that goes. Pencils, inks, watercolor. That's about it. And, of course, the watercolor paper that it goes on to. But other than that, yeah, we've got ourselves a very simple set of materials that we use to create these zombie drawings. And again, all traditional materials, being those things I aforementioned: paper, pencils, erasers, pencil, pen, and watercolor paper. And watercolor paints, pigments. So yes, those things, and put together with some creativity, create some things like this. The very thing. Some very interesting shapes within the creature's torso, creating some nice design in there. Yeah, I'm loving it, man. I think this is really fun. I'm really glad. I'm like, Plants vs. Zombies? Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I kind of like that. Make it like almost a nature, almost a nature drawing, because of the zombie quotient versus the plant quotient is way off. There's way more plant than zombie. But man, it doesn't matter, because the part that is zombie, it like really elevates everything. Really elevates everything, because that hand is really popping out at you, and the head is just this like staring, automaton almost, and it's almost like the plants that are controlling him. you know. So yeah, like again, a new zombie type. You know, it's the plants that are controlling them. You know, it's a dead body that the plants are controlling or giving life to. You know, again, that's like, oh well, whatever works within that context. Yeah, man. You know, that's a good sort of starting point for how this zombie exists. You know. Wait, oh, I thought I was up there. Okay, yeah. So and that goes, you know, that goes to the visual as well. That's gonna determine what it looks like, right? Obviously, so you know, giving it that sort of purpose and reason to exist. You know, yeah. Makes it easier to draw. Makes it easier to draw when you know what you're sort of getting into there. You know, because you know, I was gonna draw more of maybe a zombie coming out of a tree or something, or like out of a stump or whatever. And then I'm like, no, you know what? I kind of like this angle, and I like this. And I thought, you know what? From all the times I've experienced nature when I've gone out there, which it may not look like it, guys, but I tell you, I used to just live outside basically. I would live like up in the hills or down at the creek. Hills when I lived on the Kingsway, creek when I lived on San Francisco Street. And so I'd go to the creek every day, or I'd go up in the hills every day and just explore and oh my goodness, like yeah, that was my whole life basically. When we moved to a different place, I lived basically down at the creek. Went minnow trapping all the time. Shot pellet guns and slingshots at garbage that was there. There was a dump out there. All that stuff's gone now. But man, as a kid, I lived out in the outdoors, and that's all I did. You know, kind of thing. But I drew. I did have time to draw. I drew all the time, but for some reason, I just remember being outside like all the time. And if I wasn't down at the creek, I was just outside. Period. I think, like, yeah. I mean, I moved there when I was 10, so I was doing even kid stuff, like real kid stuff back then. I remember having Shogun Warriors, and I played with those and Godzilla and everything. Yeah, so that was all outside. Yeah. So here we go. We're actually putting in a lot of shading here underneath the arm, because again, we want it to kind of be the focal point in a way, not the focal point, but a focal point, or a point of context and interest. So I'm putting a lot of darkness around it. And again, I don't want to make it look like a shadow of the hand, because it's far away from the body. It's not like it's not like, you know, close to the chest. So I'm going to add some gray in there too, to make sure it doesn't feel like it's too close to the chest. It's far away from the body. It's reaching out, right? So that's what we want. We want that to feel like it's reaching out. Reaching out. Yeah, and so even the stuff around it, giving that a little bit of gray, a little bit of gray wash there with the ink instead. It keeps the bottom ink. It keeps the ink lines a little more stable than, say, watered down ink. But I'll even put some in. I'm going to even put some in the hand underneath. Give it weight. Oh, sorry. So guys, you can really see that even in even here. It's unfinished, of course, but yeah, it really pops out. It's really popping out there. The arm. I'm going to put a bit of this underneath there. And again, you can really see that. You can really see that popping out. This Sharpie is dead. Dead, 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 dead. So I'm going to, again, use a lot of detail under here. Darken it right up. But I do want some definition in there a little bit. I want some those roots and things to be evident, but not too much. The hand's got to retain that poppy, that really standing out context there within the body. Yeah. There. So we're really, wow, there's a big shadow there. Let me get up a little further. There. Yeah. So we're adding the moss, and there's wood, and there's detritus. Me detritus. Detritus. And there's all sorts of, oh, you know what? I'm going to put some mushroom kind of things in there. But again, like, I'm going to be darkening this area substantially. But whatever retains is fine. Like, whatever details are still left is fine. But I'm personally going to darken it as much as possible. Within reason, of course. Always within reason. You've lost all reason. No, I haven't. No, you have not lost all reason. But yeah, we're adding some darkness in there once again to show the mystery of the of what's going on underneath. Like, yeah, man, it's a zombie, but he's made out of trees almost. He's made out of plants. He's been there so long that his entire body's been supplanted by plants, by plantids. Yeah. Supplanted. But yeah, so like, how is he even moving? Again, like, this isn't a zombie that would ever exist, but if he did, I've created an explanation for his existence. You know, so yeah. Now we don't want to make this like, oh, the hand coming out too obvious, so we're going to darken a lot of this area down in here as well. But now I'm going to find out what pen I'm going to use, because oh, you know what, maybe this. Yeah, I think I'll do this. Yeah, that Sharpie just really died. Oh boy, like, yeah. But mind you, the surface is not great for any kind of pen tip, because it is very porous. Yeah, very porous. The paper's rough. The surface is rough. And it is very porous as well, meaning like the water from the watercolor pigment, you know, goes right in there and really dampens it. Like, it's very rag, you know. So, you know, it's like the difference between hot press and rag. You know, you have rag, it's very cloth-like almost, and you can tell from the surface. I don't know if you can maybe tell there, but maybe here. Oh yeah, you can. Look at that. You can really tell the surface is textured a lot. So yeah, but we're going to add a lot of darkness in here for many reasons. We want to keep the mystery of the. We want to keep the mystery of the zombie. How how he looks entirely a bit of a secret because, well, we don't have the page layout for the entire thing, so we can actually do that. We can actually make it a bit of a mystery, by going off the page and not divulging what happens. He could be a giant tree zombie for all we know. So like there's so many ways to go with this. Like a giant, like there could be clouds down here type of thing. That's what I'm saying. We could do anything. We could portray anything. And it's so interesting. I was at a con recently, and somebody was asking me about doing a custom drawing, and they said they were looking at me and they were like, "You could pretty much." And I could see them formulating in their head the statement, pretty much draw anything, right? So it was interesting to watch that process because they realized it's like, well, if you could draw this, you could pretty much draw anything, couldn't you? They made that realization in real time when I was watching them do that. And I kind of I didn't finish their sentence, but I kind of went like, draw anything after? Yes. Reiterated their statement. So it was like, yeah, you can. If you're an artist, you pretty much, can and should, be able to draw anything to a degree, right? Again, if you're the type of artist that does that kind of thing, custom illustration, blah blah blah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about in general. I'm just talking about specifically, the kind of artist I am, and others that do, like even comic book artists who do go to cons and do customs for people and stuff like that. Like that kind of artist, you can pretty much do anything. That's what your abilities sort of have gone, because you've needed to do that. So as a result, you can draw anything. It's not like you're a niche artist or whatever, So, but it's interesting to have people acknowledge that and realize it, because not a lot of people do. Not a lot of people do, and they don't they think, oh, if all I do is zombies, I can't do anything else. And it's like, no, I do other things. But I just love doing zombies, right? I love the genre. I love everything about it, the creativity that could go into it. And that's what I try to do with the zombie genre, is add so much more creativity to it, different types of zombies, zombify everything, and do things like this. This is uncommon. This is an uncommon type of zombie drawing, right? So again, this goes into the whole this is a different kind of zombie, and it's kind of interesting too because it's this plant kind of overrun by plants, and again, we've seen it before, but not like this, So creating new things, yeah, man, it's fun, especially in a genre that everybody, people from time to time go, oh, the zombie genre is dead. It's like, man, you know what? It's like the superhero thing. It's like anything. If people make garbage, it's not good. It's gonna die. It's not gonna be a thing that people want to see anymore. So if you make a garbage movie or whatever, because I guess everything is judged by movie, how good of a movie it was or how profitable a movie it was, which again is total crap too. It's like, oh yeah, everything has to revolve around that. So, if it's not good, then we're not going to do it anymore. It's like, oh, okay, instead of learning from your mistakes and making money, you're just never going to do that again because you made a crappy thing. Good, gotcha. Good progress there, team. So yeah. Anyway, that's why again, art is such a personal kind of thing, and you don't need a budget for it to create. And I find it much more open to actual creativity. I don't think anything comes close anymore nowadays. in terms of pure creativity. You know. So yeah, that's why again I encourage a lot of folks to draw. A lot of folks to see kind of for themselves how literally therapeutic it is, man. Like it honestly is, and I can vouch for that. I got nothing to sell. I'm not coming out with a crypto coin or anything next week or anything like that, or any kind of like $10,000 a night retreat where you watch me draw and get therapized by it. There's nothing like that here. There's nothing like that here. It's just basically me going, you know what, man? It totally works. It totally works. Yes, I'd be a stark raving lunatic if I didn't have art. No, I mean it really does. And you have to let it. Like it's like anything, It's like you have to let it do the thing that it's supposed to do for you. Not resist it. Not give yourself pressure. But like, oh, am I not a good enough artist? Good enough for what? Like you're just doing it for fun. You're doing it for a happier and more calm and more wonderful mental state. You're doing it for distraction. You're doing it for so many other reasons, right? So many other great reasons that help you function betterer, and nicerer. Yeah, man, and it really does work. That part of your brain that's been taxed out all day, like doing stuff, having to like survive, on the road and otherwise, you can relax that part of your brain and use the part that draws stuff, that observes and calculates and creates. Use that part for a while. When you come back to that other part, you'll be like, oh, I feel a little bit more poppy and a little more able to do things that I might not have been able to do before. Think in ways I never really thought of before, and that might help you too. On top of which, yes. So yeah, I really highly recommend doing the art thing, getting creative, and enjoying it. So there we go, guys. There's some nice zombie art for you. Plants versus Zombies, and you know what? I'm so close to finishing this. I'm finishing it. Yeah, we're so close. We're so close. Yeah, I'm down with that. I'm down with that. I think we can do it. I think we can do it. Yeah, I should have put some worms in there. Worms? Nah. Should I? Nah. 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 Some spines, some pines, some thorns. Put some thorns in there. Yeah, that'd be cool. That's cool. That's cool. No, you know what? I don't see worms in this for some reason. It's too close to the surface. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I just don't. It doesn't feel right. Maybe insects like bugs and I don't know, flies and stuff. I'll do some of that because again, nature, man. Like, go out into nature. You'll be in touch with insects, man. Insects will be in touch with you in moments. Yeah, some way, shape, or form. For the most part, anyway. If it's summer, you've got mosquitoes and black flies and any number of billions and billions of different insects. Just flying through the air at all times. So you're gonna get there'll be some insect interaction for sure. Yeah, I could put. Well, we'll see. I mean, there's so much detail in him already, or in it already, that I don't want to go like, oh, I'm just going to add a dragonfly there because, I don't know, will it work? Will it distract? I think I've already set up too much of it to sort of start adding extra things in this, like at this point. So I think I'm going to continue on with the staggering amounts of detail, with the wonderful amounts of detail here that we're doing, and I think that should be good. There might be a couple of highlights here and there, maybe, but I don't even know about that. Don't know if we need that. This is really, I mean, the parts that are punchy are punchy already, like the hand coming out, the head, like the bottom of the jaw, around the jaw there. I think I'm going to sort of add a bit more to the arm. And you know what? A kind of thick holding line around everything would be good as well. Yeah. Plants vs. Zombies. I like it. I might make a video game out of it. I've never played it. What a shocker. I just don't have time for video games, man. I do respect them. I love the graphics. I think they're amazing. But yeah, I just absolutely don't have time. Don't have time for video games, man. And love the characters, all that stuff. Love drawing the characters as zombies and all that stuff, man. It's fun. Like it's like the Pokemon. I see them as doing little kaiju as zombies, and I love that. Like, what's not to love, right? So yeah, I love doing it, but yeah, just never had time for video games, and yeah, I can't do it, man. Just don't have the time in the day, And I'm so far behind in the technology, like I wouldn't even know where to begin, Like, what game would I play, Yeah, it's just weird at this point, never having played any video games before. I played video games before, don't get me wrong, but like not for the past like 40 years or more, So yeah, you could almost say never. But that's just the way it goes, man. That's just the way it goes, You get into your little niche, and you sort of just you'll find comfort there, and carry on, continue on. Yeah. I got nothing against video games, of course not. Why would I? I think they're great. I think they're very creative, and there's way more out there than I even realized there could be. Like, there's just like small video game companies, or just individuals, I guess, even making video games somehow. Or maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know, but it feels like there's tons of games out there I've never heard of that you can get on stream that are basically new, maybe beta testing, or who knows. Like I have no idea what that world is all about. So yeah. How's that knows my drawings? Well, it's true though. Comics, Lego, movies, and drawing is kind of all I have time for. That's all I have time for, and to make those things anything, that's all the time I can give, to those or anything else, to those interests or anything else. Like, I love toys, but man, I don't have the room or the time or the money, to be honest, for toys. Like, holy crap, that's a whole nother thing, But Lego, yeah, man, Lego movies and comics are the big things that I'm into, and that's why too. Like I just had no time for video games, man, because of those things. And that's why I always say, man, I could live 2, 3, 4 more lifetimes and never be bored. There's so many things I'd love to do still, but we'll never get a chance to do. There just won't be, because humans only live a certain amount of time, and who knows when your ticket's going to get punched, type of thing. So yeah. But man, if I had it my way, I'd be back and doing more things, man, doing more stuff, changing it up a bit. I'm back, man. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, there we go, guys. Wow, look at how much. Wow, look at how much we've done. Look at how much we've done. What have you done? Oh, what have you done? There, we got some nice details and wooden parts in there, making it a bit more Gnarls Barkley in there. There. Yeah. Gnarled wood. Punny humans. So I used to read the Hulk as punny humans when I was a kid. Oh, it's puny. Yeah. Punny humans. Okay, just gonna check the chat, and I will momentarily have to call it a night because we're almost done. And well, Robbie is a little sleepy. That guy. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Wonderful. So yeah, man. Look, guys, we're almost done. We've almost completed the assignment, and that's awesome. We got another new and great zombie drawing done for Zombie Daily. The link is in the description below if you want to check out Zombie Daily. You'll be glad you did. There's limited zombie art there. A giant portfolio of my zombie art over the years, literally, and you can see it all on Zombie Daily. Guys, your support on Zombie Daily would be absolutely wonderful. If you'd like to, take the plunge and subscribe to the channel, that would be absolutely wonderful as well. I hope you enjoy the content. Get something interesting and valuable out of the content. Like, oh, maybe you want to start drawing. Here is how I do things. And they work. The watercolor and pen and ink work nicely together, and you can create some great images. And again, like there's a lot of people who would ask me what medium I use, and some people thought that I used it was computer generated. And I was like, no, man, it's all watercolor stuff and watercolor and pen and ink. And then when I see young children at conventions, and even teens and older people as well, but especially it blows my mind, especially when I see younger kids checking out like my art while I'm drawing it and just being utterly blown away by the fact that I'm drawing, like the fact that it's being created right there, and just to see that reaction. And it's not. I'm not just saying that because it's me. I'm saying that because it's more the act of doing it. Like just doing the thing, like and kids are like blown away by that. and that makes me feel great, that they're amazed by the creation of something like that, So yeah, I love seeing that, and that's why, again, I love doing cons a lot. And I love doing workshops with folks. Get me in there and doing zombie portraits. I can do, and I'm going to be doing that again soon. In fact, a zombie portrait workshop with a bunch of folks, and that should be a lot of fun. That's coming up. Actually, 2 of those are coming up this month. Yeah, what a shocker. So yes, that is something to look forward to for me. I enjoy doing those immensely. There's so much fun. Showing people how to do the zombie portraits, man. Yeah. So guys, I think we are virtually completed in this. Now, don't get me wrong. There's probably going to be a couple of things I pinpoint tomorrow morning when I come down and see this lying on my drawing table and me going, oh, you know what, I forgot to ink that part, or I forgot to add some detail there, or put a thick line there, whatever. That always happens. And that's why I don't often bring stuff, I don't often scan stuff right away. I usually wait the next day to do that, just so I can kind of make any fine-tuning things I need to do, So, yes, all of that. What was I gonna do? Is it, no, that? No. Most of the noises you hear are not coming from me. Where? Oh, here it is, right in front of me face. Couple of little, just a couple of little highlights there. Yeah, just a few little sprinkles here and there, just to maybe it's morning dew, and he's waking up as a plant zombie, But yeah, I love that. I think it's great. Look at that, and we almost finished this tonight too. We almost finished another zombie pinup diva. Whoops, I gotta get higher here. There, yeah, we almost finished the zombie pinup diva and this. But we got this done. And this is, excuse me, guys, a self-contained episode, which you can kind of go back to and watch this entire thing be drawn in real time, and watch me build it. Because I did not know what I was going to do when I started, and in fact I did start something and I didn't like it, so we started this over, and this is what I came up with, and I really like it. So I'm going to just put that sort of differentiating the areas there. Yeah, that's great. Good. Wonderful. There. Yeah, my chair is making all the exotic noises. There. Yeah. Much nicer. Yeah, it's much nicer. Yeah, okay, so one more little thing I noticed here. And yeah, see, these are the things that I'll usually spot in the morning when I'm like, okay, coming down to check it out, and before I bring it, before I get it scanned, I'm going to put the last little touches on it and stuff. If there's any areas that need a little bit more shadow contrast or definition or anything like that, that's where that will go. So But yeah, but I think it's for all intents and purposes. Once more, I believe it is finished. It's you know what, I'm gonna add this color in there. See what that does. Yeah. There. And then this atop. Yeah. Again, some nice nice contrast in there. Okay, good. All right. Well, there we go, guys. It's Plants versus Zombies, and it looks like the plants winning this one. Nature always wins. Nature always wins. You know, zombies are, like us, part of nature, so they will return to nature, and this is pretty much how they're doing it. Just being engulfed in the foliage, from being you know, thrown into a different, you know, however the zombie and however the human ended up dying, really doesn't matter. It's, you know, it's outside, right? So anything that occurred outside, this could basically have happened, you know, to the victim as they turn zombie. So there we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's new drawing live here in the studio. There it is, Plants vs. Zombies, and like I said, it looks like the plants are winning this one. Yet the zombie is still alive. He's got his hands moving there. You know what? I'm going to put the slightest, and this is what I mean. I'm going to put the slightest little bit of warmth there, and bring that hand out a little more. See how that happens right away? And again, that's because this is a warmer color, and on top of that, you know, gray, dull gray there, or, you know, sort of an earth tony gray. There's a little bit of blue in there. There's a little bit of blue in there. There's a little bit of blue in there, and that's what, again, makes that really pop, you know. So, yeah, I think we got a good, zombie Plants vs. Zombie drawing done. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Now, again, this is like a fully encapsulated live stream, so you can, you know, watch the whole thing and actually, you know, see how I drew this and finished it and inked it and all that stuff in one sitting, if you so desire. So until next time, guys, I'm going to bid you a fond adieu. Check out my review of the Northern Game Con. I think you'll enjoy that. Watch out for my next live stream. It'll be happening soon, and then more con reviews, because I'll be doing the Sault Ste. Marie Steel City Nerd Con this weekend. So guys, please subscribe to the channel, love the video, like the video, give the video a thumbs up, please. Please remember to do that if you can. That would be awesome. I'd love that. It does not take much for me to be very excited about stuff. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you again very soon. All right, best wishes and love. Rob, signing off.